What is up, beautiful fam? I have an incredible topic for you guys tonight. I'm going to give everyone a second to hop on, but I can't wait to share this with you guys. So every Monday I go live, I do a live Q&A, I answer all of your questions, but I also cover a nutrition topic. And tonight I actually wanted to talk, hey Arnold, what is up? But today I wanted to talk about something special. So first off, if you guys are hopping on, head over to that chat box. I want to know your name. I want to know where you're from. And I want you to drop all of your questions for me. And then I'm also going to be going through and sharing a topic with you guys right now that it's game changer when it comes to healing your gut, losing weight, keeping weight off, all of that. So say hi to Tank. It's my baby. So here we go. And before I get started, hi. Oh, I love it. We got St. Louis. We got Florida. I'm going to St. Louis in a week. I love it there. But here's the deal, guys. While you throw over your questions, I'm going to start talking about something I want to share with you guys that's super, super helpful. And then as I go through talking about my nutrition topic, I'm going to go through and answer all of them. So shoot your questions in the chat box. If you guys know anybody that is struggling with losing weight, thyroid issues, gut issues, anything, they're just trying to feel good and they don't know where to start, click that little share button on the bottom. Share this with them, invite them. I'm here every single week, no matter what, here to kind of just create a community. And today we are talking. So if you guys haven't heard my story, I struggled for so long. Growing up, I had severe eczema, rosacea. It was all over my face. I had scabs on my scalp. I would have to use the steroid creams on my scalp. It would burn. I had to use Aquaphor all over my lips because I had such severe just eczema and it was just all over my face. And it really made me self-conscious of myself. I was always itching and I also had a lot of respiratory issues. So I had to take Singulair. I always had to do my nebulizer because I would have like breathing attacks. And I also always struggled with digestive issues. And I always would get a lot of gas, bloating. And I was like, what is going on? And gosh, guys, when I healed my gut, everything went away. My skin cleared up. I was able to get off of my Singulair. I healed my gut. I had so many food allergies and sensitivities, and it all is related to the gut. So today I am going to be talking to you guys about the root cause of thyroid issues, of digestive issues, of just skin issues, acne, rosacea, because I truly believe that it does all start in your gut. So that is going to be what we're talking about today. So I got off with one of my clients and we were talking a little bit about just finding the root cause of things. And what I told her, I said, one person can be eating this healthy diet and their body's good, they're absorbing, they're assimilating their nutrients, they feel amazing. And then you have someone that maybe like me or like, one of my clients that has been through a lot and they could eat that same healthy diet. But if they have a compromised gut, leaky gut going on, and things are just leaking into the gut, to the bloodstream and causing that reaction, then they're not going to be absorbing and assimilating their nutrients. They're not going to be getting everything from that food if we have that damaged intestinal lining. So you got one person eating a healthy diet, feel amazing. They got a good gut, no bloating, no digestive issues, no acne. They feel awesome. Then you have the other person that can eat that same diet, but we have the compromised gut due to things like medications, environmental toxins, stress. If you were a C-section, guys, if you were bottle fed, if you have been on a lot of courses of antibiotics, if you don't have a gallbladder, all of these things affect your gut. And if we've been for years taking medicines and antibiotics, and we've had a lot of yeast infections and all of these different things going on, followed by stress, lack of sleep, overtraining. That really does put your gut at risk. And as we get older too, something called our HCl, hydrochloric acid, that is actually what denatures our protein. And it kills off bad bacteria in the gut. It actually lowers, and certain medications and stuff throw it off. You'll know that if you got like acid reflux. My dad has a lot of acid reflux, and the doctors will say they put you on acid blockers when it really is a thing of having a low production of stomach acid. So it's the opposite that we want. We want to have that HCl. So what I mean by this is a lot of people, trying to like revamp it, a lot of people come to me for weight loss. They're dealing with things like they may have had a hysterectomy, their gallbladder removed, they're bloated all the time, they have constipation, they have eczema, rosacea, acne. They may be on like the inhaler, the Singulair. I have a lot of clients that have respiratory issues. And I put the focus with all my clients on figuring out the underlying cause. When did this start? Were we a C-section? What went on? And I do this with all my consults with my clients. And I dive deep into the detail because so many people come to me and they're like, I've been to every doctor. They did every scan, every test, every stool test. They put me on Miralax. I've just done everything and I'm still not better. Like, I don't know where to go, Elizabeth. And I'm like, it's all about finding the underlying cause and addressing that cause. Because for me, I didn't know it was my gut. I had the eczema. I had everything going on. I went to every doctor. I did the Miralax. I had over 100 colonics. And it wasn't until I found the root cause of it, which was SIBO, H. pylori, and I actually did things to improve my gut, to heal my gut, to get the short-chain fatty acids, to get the HCl. I found the missing gaps that I worked on to heal the gut so that I could get the food back in, get the sensitivities down, have my skin clear up, get the eczema to go away. Because there's things like histamine reactions and certain things like in healthy diets, you could be eating a lot of nuts and seeds, and there's plant defense mechanisms in there that could be triggering to you. And I always start with focusing on the gut, figuring out the underlying cause. And with all of my clients, what happens is when we start with the gut, within 1 week of making lifestyle changes, bridging the gaps with different supplements to support it, we're dropping inches. Our skin is clearing up. Have our energy back. We don't have that midday crash. It's not normal, guys, to be bloated when you wake up all the time. It's not normal to look pregnant. It's not normal to have headaches and to like have to take all of these things that just address the symptom, but don't get to that root cause. And that's why I see so many people go on these elimination diets, these low FODMAP diets, and then they go to add the food back in and they never truly do because they cut everything out. And when you're cutting out things like FODMAPs and fermenting, your body, it ain't going to be producing a lot of gas and it may not feel so bad on your gut. But as soon as you add it back in, you never addressed what that underlying cause is. So you add the food back in and you have a reaction again. And that's what I don't like that goes on. Is so many people cut everything out of their diet and they don't address the cause. And then they think they have to be limited the rest of their life. And you don't. And for me, I did the low FODMAP diet for over 5 years. I added the food back in. I was down to 4 ingredients, guys. And when I added the food back in, I had a reaction again. And I just wanted to cry because I didn't know what to do. I'm like, I cut all this food out. Why didn't my gut heal? But when I figured out what the underlying cause was, and I studied and I researched and everything, I'm CSCS, holistic nutritionist. I'm a GAPS practitioner, and I study around 6 hours a day, probably on reading books, gut, all of that, okay? So when I really focused on figuring my root cause out and healing, I was able to add things back in. And it's just amazing what happens and the transformation that happens. It's insane. I have clients that come to me on antidepressants and all of these things, and just by healing our gut, I'm able to take women that have had hysterectomies, they have like 12 feet of their colon removed with titanium, they're in menopause, they've been to every person out there. I'm not going to say the word because, YouTube probably going to block me, and they don't get results. And then one weekend with me, they're like, I'm down inches. I have energy. I am sleeping. My stomach, I don't have to take Miralax anymore. I forgot to take my medication for my anxiety, and I feel good now. And it's just amazing, these transformations. So I want to explain to you guys a little bit about what leaky gut is, and how it's linked to things. So first off, guys, if you are on all these things out there and you don't feel good, you need to start off by thinking about, when did you start feeling bad, what that true trigger was, and that's where you start. So in all my consult calls with my clients, and if you guys do need help, I'll put my email below. Send me an email, ElizabethAylorFitness@gmail.com. I would love to help you get set up a consult call. I dive into everything past history to figure out what that underlying trigger is. And then I create for my clients a whole protocol, take them through what to eat, when to eat, different mechanisms. We work with the vagus nerve because of the brain-gut connection. And we change all of these things, and we create a whole new way of just a whole new healthy lifestyle. And the transformations are amazing. So what is leaky gut, guys? So leaky gut is basically when you have your intestinal lining, you have damage done to your gut lining. So think of this as your intestinal lining, okay? There's little microvilli right here. You're absorbing and assimilating your nutrients. You got all your good gut bacteria. And what happens when you take a lot of antibiotics, they kill the good and bad bacteria. And then if we're having a lot of gluten, a lot of processed foods, a lot of hydrogenated oil, bad diet, stress, they damage the gut lining and they create these gaps. So then you have undigested protein leaking through the gaps, causing our triggers, our food, having reactions, sensitivities. And everybody's body is different depending if you have a gallbladder, if you have more eczema, it could be something with histamines going on in our body. And that's what we figure out, what is going on with that. We cleanse, we get things moving through the gut, and that's where we get the change. So we got the leaky gut. So signs of leaky gut: skin issues, eczema, redness, breakouts, scalp, having the scabs. Antibiotics kill the good and bad. But if you go straight for things like kombucha and all these probiotics, a lot of the times there's histamines in there. And if we have an underlying cause of SIBO, it could exacerbate the issues if we do it too fast. So when healing the gut, when, going for the thyroid and all of these that are all, I believe are all linked, you have to really take it slow. I see so many people that Google, heal the gut things. They start doing sauerkrauts and kombuchas and all these things, and then they feel worse. And it's because the underlying cause could be histamines or a SIBO, something like that. And you don't want to do things too fast, especially with the probiotics, because it could actually make your issues worse. And that was the case for me in the beginning, guys. So signs of leaky gut: skin issues, scabs, also multiple allergies and food sensitivities because you have the protein leaking into the bloodstream. Also, inflammation, bloating, water retention, that feeling of crazy fullness and swelling. Other signs could be chronic fatigue because you're not absorbing and assimilating your nutrients. Like I talked about, you have one person eating the healthiest diet, their gut's in good place, they feel good. Another person, damaged gut lining, leaky gut, eating the same thing, but they're not absorbing and assimilating their nutrients. They got chronic fatigue, then they got stress going on. So chronic fatigue, leaky gut, boom. Also, brain. When your stomach does not feel good, when you don't feel good, it gives you so much anxiety. And if you guys have digestive issues, you know what I'm talking about. I was talking to a client about this today, and I'm like, it's almost like when you don't feel good, you don't even want to try to do good because of how bad you feel. You're like, I'm just going to feel bloated and horrible anyways, so why am I going to go try to eat something healthy for me when I can just have the stuff over here that's easy and tastes awesome because I'm just going to feel bloated? So depression, anxiety, health issues like that, chronic stress because of the vagus nerve, even things like joint pain and like arthritis, all of that's inflammation, guys. Like cravings, that's gut microbiome. I get rid of clients' cravings, gosh, in like a week or two with changing things because your gut can heal. You shouldn't have chronic cravings all the time. You shouldn't feel crashed all the time. These are things saying that our stomach is not in the right place. So now that you know that leaky gut could be linked to so many different things, so many different health conditions, what do? We got to start making small steps to improve our gut microbiome. And like I said, it all starts with finding out what's going on in your gut. If you are having a lot of burping, acid reflux, is it because you have low stomach acid? Is it because we have an underlying cause like an H. pylori? Do we need to do more testing to figure what is going out? Okay. But what I like to do is with my clients is after figuring out the root cause, I create a protocol for them and I help them reach their goals. But things that you guys can start doing to implement is, first off, go check out my digestion playlist. I have over, like 40 videos all on bloating, digestion, the migrating motor complex, all of that. So if you go to my YouTube, I have these playlists all broken down for you. Go to my digestion playlist, watch those, see if there's anything that's beneficial. I'm not saying one thing works and one thing doesn't. I'm here because I've been through it all. I had such severe SIBO, H. pylori. I was down to like no foods. I was on the floor in so much pain. I had the scabs, and I just can't believe that I was able to heal my gut myself after being to every healing center, every doctor, having over 100 colonics. Like I was in a bad place, guys, and it was for over 10 years and I didn't know what to do. And I took my obsession with health and decided to just focus everything on how to heal. And that's what I do for a living now. I work with clients all around the world, healing them from different thyroid hormone. I got a new girl today. We're focusing on hormones, but it all starts with the underlying issue, which is the gut. So if you guys haven't been able to, get where you want in terms of your body composition, your energy, you're dealing with cravings, skin issues, if you haven't looked at your gut, I would really suggest looking there because it is an underlying link to so many things out there. And it's crazy because you could think something healthy like going to a gluten-free diet can make you feel better. But when people switch over and they start doing all of these nuts and a ton of sweet potatoes and a ton of spinach and broccoli, these things have goitrogens and different enzyme inhibitors and different plant defense mechanisms. Like oxalates are in spinach, guys. These put like shards of glass in your body. These aren't good for the thyroid. Broccoli, that's not good for the thyroid. It inhibits your thyroid. So when we really look at the gut, healing the gut and coming to the root cause of it, it's crazy what you can do in terms of your energy, your cravings, your sleep. And then when all that comes together, you just start sleeping better. Your stomach feels better. The anxiety goes away and your body starts transforming. So if you guys are dealing with anything in terms of health issues and you haven't addressed the gut, I highly suggest just really looking into that. Seeing if we have low stomach acid. And if you guys need help again, send me an email. I would love to set up a consult call and help you guys out. Again, this is what I do for a living. I talk to clients all day, helping them achieve their goals, and the gut's my specialty. It truly is. But 5 steps to improve your gut health. So 5 steps. Number 1, get off those grains, guys, especially gluten. I'm sorry. You think you're gluten-free? If you have gluten and you are truly sensitive to gluten, I am celiac, it will stay in your system. It does affect the gut microbiome, guys. Number 2, stop snacking. If you're snacking throughout the day and you have digestive issues, you aren't getting that migrating motor complex going. So what happens is 90 minutes after a meal, you have your MMC turn on. That is like the street sweeper in your gut. It flushes out the bad, we got all the good. So if you're constantly snacking, you're not allowing that to go through, and you can get an overgrowth of bacteria, and that's where we start getting SIBO and things happening like that. Another thing is, don't just throw in a bunch of fermented foods, bone broth, doing kombucha, kimchi, sauerkraut. Don't just throw these in for your gut health immediately, because like I talked about, if there's an underlying cause like a SIBO, adding in probiotics in the wrong strain could actually feed that and cause more digestive issues. I've had clients that are so sensitive to eat to where we have to do like spore-based probiotics, to where we have to open a capsule and do like an eighth of it because of how sensitive we are, or else they'll have a reaction to it. So it's about slow steps to get you where you are. And another thing, focus on your environment when you are eating. So many of us are constantly go, go, go in that state of cortisol. We're doing too much, and we're always in that sympathetic response, that fight or flight. If you're eating in a fight or flight response, your body, the blood's going towards your extremities. It ain't going towards digestion. Your food's going to sit in your stomach. You're going to get digestive issues. You're not going to feel good. So today, that was our topic. Just basically what I wanted to bring up with this call today is, I've had a lot of client calls this week, and a lot of people were like, well, Elizabeth, how is this linked to my gut? How is my thyroid linked to my gut? How is my skin linked to my gut? And I'm just like, wait and see, because everything is linked to your gut. And the testimonials and the transformations that I have, it blows my mind, because 10 years ago, I would have thought, oh, thyroid issue. Now, with all the research, I'm like, I look at foods and different things in the foods and set things up specific ways, because it truly does. It's like something that I used to think is so healthy. Like I said, I used to eat pounds of spinach a day, guys, with the oxalates in there for your thyroid, for your body. It's not good. And everyone, I do believe, can heal. So if you guys need help, email me. We'll set up a consult. We'll get you feeling good. But I want to go through, and I want to actually answer your questions. So if you guys are hopping on, head over to that chat box, throw your questions. Got Irene in Florida. Oh, hi, Jack. So I'm curious about your opinion on B12 injections versus sublingual supplements. I love the opti-greased resin collagen. Yes. So you're doing my morning elixir. That collagen is game changer. And I'll put my morning elixir, if you guys want to try it, in the show, like the description. But I truly believe this, okay? So I was vegan for over 7 years. I was raw vegan. I was fruitarian. If you guys haven't seen my story, I was fruitarian. I even have vegan tattooed on me. I'm not vegan anymore. But I did a series of B12 injections. But with all the research I've done, there's different B vitamins. Like B6 is really important for your brain. And I believe in more of a B complex. So I love that. I think in getting like vitamin IVs, it goes right into your system. But when I do, a lot of people with stress, their B vitamins get depleted. But I don't just go toward a B12. I go toward a B complex, because you need your B6, your B9, all of these for the gut, for the microbiome, but also for your nervous system, for your sleep, brain, anxiety. And I will actually put, if you guys want, I'll put my favorite B12 that I do in the show, in like the description below for you guys. And you guys can get free shipping if you guys want to check it out. But that's the one that I use. And again, I have nothing against B12. I just believe that a B complex is awesome. And let's get this person off of here. Guys, please don't put any negative things in the show notes. I will remove you. Also, okay, so Irene says, how to get rid of C-section pouch without surgery. So, girl, I would need to be working with you more, because I don't know if you have DR. I don't know how long it's been. We don't know if it's more of fat or bloating. So I would need to know more in order to help you, girl. But I believe a lot of things are possible, 100%. Philip says, regular massage therapy can greatly reduce scar tissue. Irene, oh yeah, exactly. And what you can do, Irene, too, is if you're gonna do a massage on your belly, get some coconut oil, and you can even get some magnesium spray and put the magnesium with the coconut oil. And if you massage your colon from ascending to descending, it actually helps too with like your bowels and bowel regularity. That's another great thing too. But I would say, Irene, I feel like it's more you're just holding fat there. I'm not saying it in a mean way, but you could probably just have a few extra pounds to lose, and it could be something with cortisol, it could be something with our diet, or even our training. And it could be too, I would have to know more about how old we are. Let's see here. Let's see here. Hide. Guys, so I am, let's see here. Okay. So I'm going to be hopping off tonight, guys, and I will be back on Monday, but I have some exciting things for you guys coming. So on Wednesday, I have a brand new workout. And remember, every Wednesday, I go and put up a brand new workout for you guys. I'll follow along with cues and instructions. Yesterday, I put up a new YouTube for you. Every Sunday, I do a nutrition topic, and I covered, you got to go check it out. So yesterday, I talked about 4 strategies to find balance. You're able to eat out while hacking your metabolism, so you're able to burn fat, build muscle, and have the balance with life. Because I always say, if you don't see yourself doing something 6 months to a year from now, then it's not going to be sustainable, and neither are your results. So I'm all about making things sustainable. So I will see you guys with the new YouTube on Wednesday. I want you guys, send some love. I don't say a lot of things, but if you guys can give me a thumbs up on here, share this with a friend. I do this all just my free time, and I truly want to help people. But of course, it's the internet, so a little share button, a thumbs up, all of that does help me with the algorithm so that more people can see this, more people can, heal or maybe find something on my page that has helped them with their gut or their digestion or something. And if you guys need any help, again, I will put all my information below for you. And I even made a few little guides for you guys that I will put in the description below. But I hope you guys have an incredible day. Thank you for joining tonight. And yeah, bye.